The one that got away. The tragic failed love story. In art and entertainment, for as long as humans have roamed this earth, so too has there been a place in our hearts for stories surrounding love. Sometimes we want nothing more than to sit back and watch love bloom, against all odds.
Do you think love can bloom, even on a battlefield?
Yeah, I do.
But more often I find myself enthralled with a story of lost love. I think people have a strong curiosity and unhealthy relationship with tragedy. Maybe it's because everyone can relate to having their hearts broken, or maybe it just scratches the cynical itch we feel sometimes. Tragedy amongst lovers can reach viewers in television, the news, movies, or video games in a way few other genres are able to do. Something about an unhappy ending truly resonates with us, and that's why today I'm bringing you the top 5 relationships in gaming that just weren't meant to be. Beware of spoilers, gang. My name is Clevr, and let's dig in. Metal Gear Solid was, for me, the best game I ever played until The Witcher 3 came out. The absurd and convoluted plot, towing the line of fiction and reality in a way many games fail to execute properly, really intrigued me, and left me wanting so much more, in a good way. After completing Metal Gear Solid 4, I read the free add-on database completely, which, in case you don't know, is hundreds of pages of lore explaining every single thing that happened in the game universe up until Guns of the Patriots. Why did I bring this up? You need to know exactly how into the series I am. This series was my holy grail of gaming, not including the farce that was MGS5, so I had my entire heart and soul invested into these characters, which is all the more reason I still shed a tear over the tale of Snake and Meryl. When you meet Meryl in Metal Gear Solid, she is a headstrong, fiery redhead. But she is still very green in the field. She isn't ready for the events that will be taking place in this game. At first, she feels like a nuisance, and it feels like you are carrying her through the entire game on your back. As time goes on, you can see her grow, along with the chemistry between her and Solid Snake. You feel anger when she is turned against Snake via mind control. You feel sick when a sniper shoots her and takes her body away. Your focus shifts to rescuing her and making sure she returns home safe and sound. After enduring one of the hardest interrogations in video game history, you end up saving her by not giving in to Snake's torturers. At the end of the first game, Snake and Meryl ride off into the sunset on a snowmobile, presumably to live the rest of their days together, maybe have a few kids in a remote log cabin somewhere. Only this was not exactly what happened. She is nowhere to be seen in the second game, and it isn't until the fourth main game, Guns of the Patriots, that she makes an appearance again. The red-headed beauty is now the head of an Army investigative command force. And Snake, well, Snake is old. He's rapidly aging, and he finds himself with very little time left. As the player goes through the game, it's obvious Meryl still has feelings for Snake, or at least she did.
I may have loved you once, but now you're just too damn senile to face the truth.
But the finale has her marry everyone's favorite comic relief gag in the series, Johnny. You know, the character famous for having explosive diarrhea in the middle of battle. In the end, this feels like a cold slap in the face to the player. And while I understand why they couldn't be together, there will always be a part of me wishing we could have seen Meryl and Snake end up together. Fans of the Witcher series are generally on one side of this argument, but let me explain. You could, in theory, have Geralt be in a relationship with Triss Merigold at the end of the game. But you won't. Triss is a sorceress whom you meet in the second game after Geralt has lost his memory. She is funny, charming, and fun. She's kind, brilliant, and powerful. One of her side quests have you and Triss go to a lavish ball together and have an amazing night filled with laughs. Truly, she is everything you want. I mean, yeah, sure, it helps that she has some, impressive assets, if you know what I mean. But even without those, her personality is not rivaled by any other woman in the game, which makes it so hard to accept you can't be with her, because you have to be with Yennefer of Because you have to be with Yennefer of Vengerberg. Why? She is Geralt's soulmate. Yes, she is also very attractive and a very strong woman, but more than that, she's like a mother to your adopted daughter Ciri. She is your anchor. She is the right choice. At the end of the day, you can only be with one of them. Trust me on this. Don't try to be a hero. And at the end of the day, you will make the safe choice. You will make the right choice. You will spend the rest of your days with Yen by your side, with a small part of you wondering, always wondering, what could have been with Triss and Geralt. That music takes me back to 2003. I was 9 years old, holding a walkthrough magazine watching my older brother play Max Payne 2. It would be years before I would play and finish the game myself, but when I did, I felt sick to my stomach for days. I've always been a huge fan of noir-driven media. I even worked as a voice actor for a video game implementing elements of noir and the same comic book style cutscenes used in Max Payne and its penultimate sequel. Max Payne and Mona Sachs were the couple that you knew would never be, but that never stopped every player from hoping everything would work out between them. Max spent time as a fugitive DEA agent and a homicide detective during the first two games, and Mona was a hired gun with orders to kill Max in both games. There was only a few ways this could end, and unfortunately for fans, none of them were quite how we had hoped. Max and Mona clearly had feelings for one another. These feelings being so strong, Mona was willing to take bullets for refusing her orders to eliminate him. Eventually, Mona dies in Max's arms after one final kiss, one final goodbye. There will never be another Mona Sachs. This next one is sure to bring even the most grizzled and cold gamers to the brink of tears. Part of that is because this couple had it all. They were married and had children. It was also perfect. Dom and Maria Santiago, from the Gears of War series, were goals for much of their lives. However, in the second game, everything changes. Maria is captured by the Locust, a reptile humanoid race. She has a partial lobotomy and is rendered a mindless slave to them. Eventually, Dom finds her and has the dark task of euthanizing her and releasing her from the forced enslavement she was subjected to. Dom also meets a grim fate as he sacrifices himself to save countless other lives in the third game. Oh, and their kids are dead. Really an upbeat story, right? This last couple is possibly the most, oh my god, please just kiss already, couple in the history of gaming. Alex Vance and Gordon Freeman of the HalfLife series have a strange dynamic between them. This is mainly because throughout the series, Gordon does not utter a single word to a single soul. Throughout the game, you work together to complete missions and take out all the enemies you stumble upon. She receives a much bigger role as a companion character in the second game, and the two begin to seemingly cultivate a more-than-friends relationship. Through subtle flirting via winks and suspiciously loving dialogue as the game goes on, it seems that they will be a surefire power couple to go down in the Hall of Fame for video games. I mean, holy cow, her dad basically asks you to plow her field, partake in some afternoon delight, batter dip the corn dog, bruise the beef curtains, clean the cobwebs with the womb broom. Bow chicka wow wow. I mean, am I being transparent enough? We have the dad trying his best to get his daughter some hot scientist action. What's the deal, Gordon? Why can't you let us have this? As the game ends, we are left with a serious case of blue balls, as the two don't even share a kiss. Maybe Valve is just waiting for Half-Life 3 before they give gamers what we've been waiting for. Oh, right. Sorry, I forgot. That's my bad. Half-Life 3 is probably coming out around the same time as Portal 3, which is to say, maybe don't hold your breath too long. Well, guys, those were the top 5 relationships in gaming that, for one reason or another, just weren't meant to be. But just because their ending wasn't exactly what we hoped, it doesn't change what we all felt. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please leave a like and comment, and maybe tell me what your favorite failed relationship in gaming was. With that, I bid you adieu. A fond farewell until we meet again in the next video. Bye-bye.
You could have called this game first kill, and no one would have argued with you. That's so cool. And when you need a basket, and when Liverpool tights.
I have one gear, go, epic winning.
Are you bipolar?
I'm by winning.